This is a ton of damage. I'm kinda surprised they didn't block. So yep. Yes, please. And of course we sweep the board. Sure. Let's go. And that's 14 damage and we just won. Man, this is insane. Our opponent played 3 lands and that's it. Yeah, this is a good play. Let's go. 17-17 in stats. And let's draw all the new cards. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today deck that is all about cheating. We don't pay the cost for the cards and we can drop Ureni, Atraxa or Tyrant on turn 3. I kid you not, man. When you drop, it's completely busted because nobody's prepared. You of course go turn 1 Elves, turn 2 you already have 3 mana, so you drop either Relic of Legends or the Worldwagon. Both have the ability to tap a creature. For example, Kona on turn 3, you can tap it and thanks to survival mechanic, you can put a permanent from your hand. And guess what the permanents are, so you can either sweep probably the whole board and make a 10-10 with flank and 2 protection spells, you can draw tons of cards while having, you know, this classic Atraxa package, or just go a little bit lonely Tyrant that has 7 mana, draws you cards, life gains, tramples, and is basically unkillable at this stage of the game. So even if you don't get the combo, you have actually so many ways to cheat stuff. With Archdruid Charm you can find the missing piece, either the big creature or you can go for Kona. That's why we are playing mono green, so we can cast it quickly. And of course with Smuggler Surprise you can both. This can be your card advantage because for 3 mana you are drawing 2 cards and we have only lands and creatures basically in this deck, so it always hits. You have so many ways to cheat, like 7 ways to cheat a spell and 7 ways to tap Kona. So this is surprisingly consistent for me, and believe it or not, we actually ranked like crazy with this one, but we'll talk more about this in the outro. And of course our absolute legend for today, Garrett Lubov. My friend, this cool deck is for you, so I think you got a pretty good one. Really thank you for your support and for sticking with the channel. It is super appreciated, and I hope you will have an absolute blast watching this one. This deck is for you, and with that being said, let's hit the ladder. Well, we are on the draw. However, this is story time because our opponent is Hypnotic Spectre, and this was such a great card. Like, everyone always loved this card, at least from my local store, and it's 3 mana 2/2, I believe, that discards a card at random. Imagine playing it now. Alright, let's see what's up with the game. We don't have Kona, so we probably just go with Super Ramp. That's my guess, and we'll try to go into Smuggler's Surprise. I think this is the best play. I didn't pay like any attention to my opponent and what they're doing. This is probably Jeskai like midrange that cosplays as a control. So yeah. We'll see, we'll see. I will probably need to catch the Smuggler's Surprise. That's probably the play. Counter spells will be super what? Okay. Alright, they expected maybe a protection spell or something. We could use this mana, but I don't think we want to. This is upkeep, right? Yep. Alright, I think that's okay. Let's start ramping the old way. And of course we can play something which is nice, horse priority, but of course we cannot do anything impactful with it. It won't be easy to go into the Tyrant, but hopefully we can. The problem is that we will get to Tyrant moment they untap, so after the stock up they don't need to tap anymore. So this is the turn when you really want to do it. So this Llanowar Elf really hurt in the end. And now we don't need more because it's kinda bad anyway. You know what? This is the turn. What are the other plays? I could play everything and then keep Smuggler's Surprise. Nah, I don't think this is a good play. Let's go, guys. Let's go. If they don't have Sunfall specifically, this might be good enough. Because Day of Judgment is not good enough. We'll draw some cards, we'll get more pressure, this kind of, you know, value. So we'll see, we'll see. Very scary situation, but I need to gamble a little bit. Don't. I know what you want to do. We all know. Please don't do it. They usually play more lockdowns. Like, Sunfall is so slow right now that some of the decks just skimp on it, and that's why I'm playing like this. Alright, we're getting to an interesting point. They will refill for the next turn. Very scary, but gives us a little bit of, breathing room. I would love to get Atraxa. If I draw Atraxa, I think we can win right now, because I can instantly play her with Kona. I can play this, tap it, and we get Atraxa for 4 mana. And then we refill fully and keep playing creatures until the end of the game. We take usually instant like Smuggler's Surprise or the Charm, one huge creature, and stuff. So let's see. Our opponent has some huge selection. This is good. By the time they are thinking, if that's a player that doesn't throw, but this guy doesn't seem to be roping. This seems to be a veteran. Bro, by the way, just name the card. Oh, finally, the fate reversed. How do we do? No, we need to do it now. So our opponent will know what's up. Oh, and I draw cards! That's so good. I completely forgot about it. We'll tap. And I will take green mana. Man, this is so good. This is so good. And they're fully tapped, so there's nothing they can do about it. And I think I just played the Charm. Well, with Atraxa we can actually try to hit something. 4 mana or 5. Yeah, maybe we can play something impactful. Let's just attack with this. They will probably take the damage. They're too high to, really care about it. And let's go Atraxa. Oh, can you feel the value from this? Ureni, Vegan, probably Smuggler's Surprise? No, we don't have it, so we go this, and let's go for the Verge, because why not? Why not? Man, the Vegan is actually super impactful here. I could also kill this. Yeah, I think we absolutely play this. And because of Split Up, that is sometimes played, I will play with this. That should be good enough. Ramping is very nice, but more than anything else, I care about having a creature that can attack instantly. And they need to absolutely Sunfall right now. They are falling so far behind that they cannot really fight this board anymore. Especially that Tyrant is going back. We have the first dinosaur. Yeah, this is their big turn. They absolutely need to Sunfall. See, Day of Judgment. Something that is more played, but it's actually way worse here. So now we get back the creature, and we draw cards, and I think this might be it. Oh, our opponent won't like it. Yep. They still have 2 mana, so they might kill 1 creature. That's something we need to keep in mind. Let's go for the Verge. We can, by the way, nearly cast Ureni. No, we can actually cast Ureni. That's super nice. But first, we drop this guy. Because this draws so many cards and also crews the Vegan, and also, I think they lost. I think we got them. Well, we have the pieces, we are on the play, we don't have any quick ramp, but other than this, we can do crazy stuff with this draw. But will we have time? That's the problem. Alright, so this was the worst turn, alright? After we are done, we only have good turns now. Relic is pretty nice, but I think the Vegan is better. Let's see. Oh, no instants, no counter spells. Love to see this, love to see this. I prefer the word Vegan because this cannot attack. We use it basically because, it does the job. Now they might have 3 steps ahead. I think the next spell will get countered. But what can we do? Let's just go with it. Even if they counter it, they will lose the full turn, so, we need to roll with it. We need to kinda roll with it. Yep. Good for them, good for them. If they didn't counter it, we would be really close to winning right now. But unfortunately, we will have to fish for all the counter spells. I could play this, but this gives them time. That's a hard one. This will definitely die in some weird way. Either get lost or counter spell. But what else we can do? They probably use stock up to get the new card, so probably they cannot cast anything super impactful at the end step. I could get some more mana, but it's not amazing. We can play 2 lands on this turn. I will still try. Okay, because now we can go for this, and that gives two different problems for our opponent. So even if they kill one, that kind of, you know, convinced me to make this play, because if that's not a counter spell, we at least get the Worldwagon. We still get extra land, we still get a lot of damage. Alright, that's an exile, right? Yep. Alright, I'll still take it. We made some progress. Not easy. Against control deck, you'll never have an easy time resolving your game plan. But we are making some nice progress. Shiko? This could be a Shiko deck. We would love to play a creature. They had some issues on the last turn. So maybe we play again? We could also just go for 2 lands. Now they might be able to remove 2 creatures. So next turn we can Smuggler Surprise. That's kinda important. I could play this into Cultivate. That is the most efficient play. And then next turn we go Smuggler Surprise when they tap. Okay, I kinda like this play, I think. And we can attack first. We will bait some answers, maybe. Generally you don't, but you know, there's no harm in trying. Alright. This is kinda okay, because it gives us a lot of like room to make plays, because we are kinda bottlenecked on mana. And let's play this one as well. So we basically got 2 mana from this play, and the third from Relic. This is kinda okay. The most important part, I want them to tap on the next end step, because they won't play around the Smuggler Surprise probably. So that's a bit of a problem. Can we make it work? They will probably pass the turn, not do anything as expected. So I have 8, 9 mana. So I could go Charm into Smuggler Surprise. That's not bad. If we resolve Atraxa, that should be enough to keep going. Ureni against those colors, well, okay, perfect. See, they're not playing around our plays, and that's super important. Can I get both? I think I can. There's no way they play Spell Pierce. So if they play Spell Pierce, I'm just losing. So this is 6-8. Yep. And this is so much value. I guess I could give the protection, but there's no way they're using any 1 mana spell that can kill this. Atraxa, definitely. I'm actually considering Kona. No, let's just go with this. This will force a sweeper, and then we can go on. And then we attack with the Worldwagon. Yeah, this is a good play. Let's go! 17-17 in stats. And let's draw all the new cards. Absolutely, I want Tyrant. Well, we won't get too much value. I guess we can go for this one. Not the craziest value, but it should do, I believe. And they will get their card. Worldwagon is so important here. We can cast this? How? I can... Man, I don't know what my cards do. Yep, all of them are legendary. And so we can actually do so much. Man, getting an extra creature is insane here. Let's see the sweeper. This is the better sweeper, because it's not expensive. It allows for a counter spell. Alright. And I need to cast it now, because later I won't have creatures. Can I autopay? And that was... Bro, that... Like, we didn't even start. We are on the play. No ramp, but tons of options. So let's go with the forest. And let's see the matchup. That's always the scary moment. Monoret. In your face. Go Monoret. Just do the number. So unfortunately, without the elves, we cannot go for the 3 mana play, and you know it's all like every deck in standard is slow compared to Monoret. So yeah, let's see. Our opponent is considering play, so if they think we are a control deck potentially, we should play into it. Because the most gameplay you will have is bluffing here. We need to do a lot of work. We will go with the Vegan, probably into Kona. Alright, so I need to pretend that I'm not killing creatures until they buff them. Hopefully that will... Like, it's way better than just saying that opponent has no priority, you know? Okay, I think we have to go with this guy. Let's try to ramp. A little bit late. But maybe. And we could play Kona and then use Kona to just crew the Worldwagon. That's basically 8... It's, yeah, 8, no, it's more even. 9-7 of stats. I know it's not much against Mono-Red because they have 1-drops, but, you know, you can try. What's the perm? I guess this is a decent permanent, but we are not using it now. Yeah, let's just play it. If we had Atraxa, we would win the game already, because we just tap this, play Atraxa for basically 4 mana, and we win the game. However, we were not blessed with any of our big creatures, so we need to fight for survival. And they probably don't have lightning strikes, right? I hope. So maybe they cannot deal with this easily, at least. And we have Relic, so if the Vegan dies, we can still tap Kona nicely. I mean, we can also attack, but I'm a control player. I forgot this is an option. Man, if we had the card, that would be so easy. But we can still use Smuggler Surprise, main phase, to try to hit a big creature. So our opponent might be in, you guessed it, a pickle. Because if we can resolve a huge creature on the next turn, I mean, they might not scale enough. But I have to... I know I always say it, but the scaling on those red decks is absolutely insane. Like, this is so above the curve that it's ridiculous, man. Like, look at this. Like, I had games when I have my 7-drop literally dies in combat to a 1-drop because it's not good enough. Oh man, it's fine. It's fine, Sloth. It's okay. So they still have 1 point of mana. Honestly, it's so much better than than Monstrous Rage. So listen, I have to say, I'm happy that I see this and not, you know, the Monstrous Rage. They will swing. I mean, this is a nice block. Yeah, they're wasting a ton of damage, man. So let's reanimate this guy. If I am to play the Relic, I can still go for Smuggler Surprise. Like, I think trading here is pretty decent. Like, we get rid of ton of... Oh, this was force block, by the way. Of course. Of course it was. So we can go Atraxa. They can double block. Man, if they double block, I could actually Smuggler Surprise for milling. Man, this is good. But I need to make sure. Alright. Man, we will outplay them so hard. You will love this. You will absolutely love this. No? They didn't even block. Okay. Man, I really expected that they will at least try to block. Let's get Atraxa for free. And this actually works surprisingly well. And we have... how much mana? We can get a land... Did we play a land this turn? Oh, unfortunate. Because I would take the Tyrant. But you know what? You know what? We can do so much stuff here. I kinda want the Dragon because I can play it on this turn. I still have Smuggler Surprise. And what do we go for? Vegan, it's an artifact. Also added upside is that if you think for a moment about your turn, they will leave the game usually. So, you know, just take your time. Of course, when you need to. Because this was a very hard choice. But I wanted Smuggler Surprise, but I already have one. So I probably will go for... What is the wording? It deals. Creature deals. So that means we will lifelink. And that means I win the game, right? Let's go for it. I want to test it, but I think this is how it works. Because this is the source. Yep. up to 13. It's way better now. I don't think we need to do anything. We'll just try to protect Atraxa because our 4-colored Phyrexian Angel 7-drop probably cannot, win the battle against some token that is red. So we will protect it. And yep, that's it. Man, that. I think we did pretty nicely here. Oh, and we rank up. That's even better. Well, we are going first with Elves into probably Worldwagon, so this should be pretty good start. But of course we need to find some pieces, so it's not over yet for our opponent. Let's see what we are playing. That's kinda important. This is interesting. This Bivak is usually not really played, but it feels like control generally. I'm not super sure. Let's go for the basic, of course. And we are getting to a whooping 5 mana on the... Man, this is crazy. Alright, Jeskai. That makes sense. I think we just go Relic. I think this is the play. They could have Behold the Dragon thing. Let's go with this. Alright, no priority. That's kinda important. I mean, we have 3 mana, but I think we'll just go with Smuggler Surprise probably. We'll try to cast Ureni from that, but we'll see, we have options open. Alright. This card is actually quite good. I was considering making deck with this, so let's see what they take. They can look at the top 6 cards and reveal Instant, Sorcerer or Dragon, and of course get the card. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, the problem with this card is that it costs 3 mana and not 2. Well, that's a powerful card. I probably want to, do some... Alright, alright. I mean, I think I know what we'll do. Okay, let's start with this. So we can go for Kona already. Now we can crew. We can already get extra stuff, basically. Man, this is such a good interaction. And we also get more damage because we get extra basic. Man, this card is actually insane. So what will we do? We could go Smuggler Surprise. We clear the board, right? And it's probably too early for a sweeper. I think we'll just keep Smuggler Surprise. Maybe we can protect something. This is a ton of damage. I'm kinda surprised they didn't block. So yep. Yes, please. And of course we sweep the board. Well, that's a 10-10. Probably a bit of a problem. So let's see. Our opponent needs to deal with this on this single turn because they are literally dead on the next turn. And they need to have good answer. We have protection, we have 10-10, and we have also Smuggler Surprise. Okay. I see how it is. Wait, this is Destroy effect. This is Destroy. I nearly missed it, man. How much mana do we have? I cannot get all the modes. Let's just go for this one. Man, I nearly missed it. Sure. Let's go. And that's 14 damage, and we just won. Man, this is insane. Our opponent played 3 lands, and that's it. Okay, so we're on the draw, but we have very good ramp. We already have Ureni, and we can search for Kona, right? So that's interesting. We are probably against skeletons. I should probably play this, because that would make our opponent think about lockdown, so maybe they would play it differently. But probably not with the elves, right? So, alright, if we take the damage, that's kinda okay. I don't mind it. We can still ramp with another elf. Oh, this is actually... Okay, this is devastating. Please stop stealing my ramp. Okay, this is actually super bad for us. Not much I can do about it, They just have the thing. They might actually steal another elf. Because they land, go for the throat, and still have 1 mana left over. So we might be playing against all of our elves. Okay. And they can use this mana even. But yeah, they have the land. Well, needless to say, that's not exactly what I had in mind. But maybe we can still win. The stats on those creatures are pretty low. So moment Ureni, hits the board, like even if you had 2 lands, you would sweep the board already. But it's oh, what? They want to double cast something? They still are waiting with the swamp. And they missed damage for it. Ruthless Negotiation. I think this will be forced. We can always take a land with the charm, if we really have to. Okay, this is a nice draw, honestly. But I really want to go for the Vegan. If they hit us with this card... Huh. I'm not sure. This is not a skeleton deck. I think this is just a discard then. If we go for the dragon, we kinda ramp the same, but we get extra card basically. However, I will still go with this. Maybe this is a mistake, because we don't have anything to discard. But I want to have some pressure on the board. Like, this can raise very well. And of course they cannot really kill the Worldwagon. Yeah, this is a full discard deck. I'm not sure if I will be able to play it. However, so this can find Kona, but this will be probably too slow. I'm not sure, and I think we have to go like this and try to, you know, go around stuff. I probably will play this, and then we might try to search for Tyrant or something. We'll see. Against this card, it's very hard to assemble the whole combo, because you you need all the pieces, and they force you to not have pieces. If I draw a land, I can play the dragon and maybe try to just, you know, hit their face. Maybe that's the idea. This is fine. At least they won't steal my Ureni, you know? Stop. Please stop. I'm already dead, but this feels awful. They are taking my cool stuff and they are using it to run more stuff. Well, that's not perfect. So I really hoped for a land so I could play this dragon, crew the Worldwagon and go from there. Here I don't think we'll do much. Our opponent had just the opening of their dreams. They also used those elves like we wanted to use them. So they can discard one card. I could draw Kona naturally and hit Atraxa on the next turn, so I will keep the land to protect Atraxa. There are draws that potentially can still win the game, but obviously, like, this is the dream. I played Tiny Bones so many times and I never got this game. Like, literally never since years. So yeah, I'm happy for my opponent, but the pain is still here. Like, playing against your own elf feels not amazing, especially that they have mana sinks like the negotiations, so basically they get the full value from this. Yep, wrong draw. I'll be honest, guys, this feels like really horrible hand. We are on the draw, we don't have 1 mana ramp, and it feels like really bad, but I'm not sure if I should mulligan this. Like, you don't want less cards in your ramp deck. I think we just need to rely on good draws from the top. Like, if we get Llanowar Elves or something, maybe you can play those early. But we'll see, we'll see. More lands, definitely not what we wanted. It feels like really weak opening on our side. But you know, in ramp you need lands, you need ramp, you need combo pieces, basically, you need some payout. So in this deck you have so many things that you need that losing cards up like hurts like hell, man. This is a cool one. Alright, so we are playing against Saint Boros as always. Let's see. Oh, Monstrous Rage with Mice Package. That's the first one. And let's see the number go down, because that's what Magic is about. When you see the Fervent, you kinda know they probably play this. However, maybe with this there is a chance. I might not die on the next turn. Let's go for a basic land. By the way, nice interaction. You prefer Vegan over Relic, because this puts a land into the board and it can also attack. And Ureni scales with lands. That's a, you know, small but cool fact. Unfortunately, I can never block this, which would be normally the play, because it has trample forever. Not only on the first turn, it just has trample forever. I really hope they go for the elf, man. Oh, that's bad. Well, no counterplay. Literally, there's nothing you can do for the whole game. So I could go for the dragon here. That's something. If I play this, I don't have enough mana. I think I have to play the dragon. Otherwise, I'm just not leaving for the next turn. What can I do, man? But maybe we can... Wait, we have 6, 7... Yeah, we can actually go for the play on the next turn. This is just double striker now? of course. By the way, I won't be able to kill this because I need to pay the ward. So it's still unkillable, and they just... Man, they just leave the games randomly if the wind blows in the wrong direction. Like, how do you leave game like this? And this is one of my testing games, but it went so well and it was so fun that I wanted to share this one. So we are opening super strong with elves already. We could use the druid charm, but I actually decided that we have the full combo. We have Kona, we have Atraxa, so we can just attack, and if they trade, that's good for us, because we already need, we just need 4 mana for this game, and we already have it. So our opponent is trying to trade. I was super surprised. Usually they never trade, and it's not a good deal for them. So we are literally going into 4 mana already. However, we don't have a way to tap Kona, and I want to surprise my opponent. So here we have actually a removal spell that also pumps a creature, and I just want to lower the damage so I can keep going and hopefully draw something that can tap Kona on the same, or you know, like the following turn. Like, I have the combo, but I'm kinda expecting that it won't survive if I just play the creature. But here we get a completely dead draw, and with this I think I will be forced to just play Kona and hope for the best. And yeah, we are pushing some damage because it's not like we'll block a red creature, right? So yeah, we drop Kona, and fingers crossed. Normally I absolutely despise seeing Cory, but on this one turn I was so happy because it's half of their mana, and I'm like, yep, still Cory tokens hit your face, but it's fine, it's fine. And this last play was something I was really scared, because it could be Monstrous Rage, it could be some insane levels of damage, so of course I cannot block. Kona is my hope of winning this game, and there's nothing. That was really cool, and now I can go with just a simple attack for 1 red mana. I believe there's nothing they can do against this, and that means, yep, you are correct, we are dropping Atraxa on this turn. I was so happy by this. And yeah, the coolest part about Kona is that you don't pay any mana, you just drop the permanent, which means that everything you are drawing with Atraxa, I mean, you literally can play on the same turn. So yeah, we have a little bit too little mana for Tyrant, unfortunately, but the Vagon is still nice, because if they remove somehow Atraxa, we can still use it, you know, to crew and get an additional creature. So for the... yeah, I kept the elves because I was kinda expecting a super all-in on this turn, and if you played against Izzet, you know how hard they can scale. Like, this could be like ridiculous amounts of damage, and I think you will see this. So they have 3 cards and 5 mana. The sky is the limit. And Atraxa is just keeping us in this game. Without Atraxa, I would probably be dead within 1 turn. So talent opening. This is the good play for us, because we can expect every card that will pump a creature. However, this one that cannot attack on the same turn. And when I saw that they are leveling up talent, it was like, yep, we are in a really good spot, because they kind of missed a ton of damage, and now we can go for the Tyrant as well. That can also crew the Vagon. But how do we want to play? I think I will just go for full swing. Because life gain from this and Atraxa with Vigilance should be enough to survive. And this is so much damage that we can already start forcing blocks. So I just swing all that. Like, I didn't even count the damage, I didn't check the blocks, it was like, yeah, we are just attacking with everything. And yeah, I was so happy, man. Moment you hit with Atraxa and she still is in the board with Vigilance, you know that it's so insanely hard to burst you. So I thought that our opponent is, you know, just roping or quitting the game, so I was like checking if I have the time emote. Unfortunately, I do not, but then I've noticed that they actually, I think, are playing. They are just trying to figure out the blocks, and that's fair, because the blocks are kinda hard on this turn, I guess. You need to get as low as possible, but the point is that it's so hard to go above Atraxa. The fact that we hit and get back to 21 is kinda game, and the fact that they need to, you know, waste creatures on top of this is just nail in the coffin. So yeah, and we can drop a permanent, it's still 1 extra mana, so, you know, why not? And now they need to go, and you will be surprised. I remember this finish, alright? So if you think the game is over, well, you will see. Mono Red is a good deck, you know? And yeah, this Mono Red has blue inside. So only 3 cards, but they go for, of course, double trigger. So Cory gets a creature. Now every prowess triggers twice, basically. And Slickshot has, in a way, double prowess triggers, right? Because they pump by 2 attack with every spell at the cost of the toughness. And as long as they have mana, they can just keep cycling all of those cards. And imagine one opt on top of drawing card deals 3 damage. In this deck it actually does it, so it's Lightning Bolt that also draws a card. So that's where the power of... And you can see they are scaling. I was like, am I still dead? I was already figuring if they have like Burn together or something, I might actually be dead to this. And that was 22 damage. We would be dead after all of this. If not Atraxa blocking, again, with again lifelink, we would be dead on board. So that was kinda terrifying. But we still do win. Well guys, that was fun, wasn't it? I honestly didn't have high expectations for any kind of ramp deck, but I have to say that this one surprised me. We managed to win the games where we didn't hit the combo, it was clunky, but the fact that you have Smuggler's Surprise means that you can very often sneak those creatures in between the spells and nobody will play around it, so it really helps if you can, you know, set it up nicely. Generally, you can catch so many players off guard with this card, and that's one of the upsides of playing non-meta decks. You actually aren't like completely net decked fully, you know. So your opponent doesn't know how to play around it because they don't know what you have because it's best of 1, contrary to seeing red. So this is your advantage basically. So use it wisely. And yeah, with Kona we can basically instantly punish our opponent also for tapping out. If you have Relic or the Vegan in the board and they tap, you just play Kona and instantly get Atraxa, Ureni or Tyrant, something like this. And then they are so far behind that suddenly they need to keep tapping out just to answer your stuff for Sunfalls, you know, sorcery speed stuff and, you know, this kind of spells, so they can survive. And that opens more possibilities for, you know, more follow-ups, especially with Atraxa, especially if Tyrant, that is very annoying to deal with. If you don't exile it, it's coming back, and with the word Vegan, it can also attack. Like, you can dish so much damage after Day of Judgment, because the Tyrant is back, you play a new creature, you crew it, and it's what, like 13 damage after a sweeper. So this is the secret, you know, stealing wins, maybe when you shouldn't. And I kid you not, I actually went 5-1 with this deck. Just a disclaimer, because I didn't have tracker, so I actually counted manually every game. I think you've seen all of them. So this is the full experience with this deck, and to be absolutely fair, one of the red players should win, and they just scooped anyway. You know, just mono red warrior mentality. However, I think 4-2 was the score that we should get, but we got 5-1. So I'm like 95% sure of it. So yeah, this was a surprise for me, a welcomed one, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And before we wrap up the video, really thank you for all the patrons that are supporting this channel. You guys make a huge difference, and you know, you help making this content, so you know, the views, all this stuff is not as you know, stressful. So really thank you for that. And yeah, that's it. I'm just really thankful for you guys. And yeah, I hope you had a blast today watching the video. With that being said, thank you for watching until the end, and see you guys tomorrow.